What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sports Dad. Thank you for tuning in to my live session on this Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. And it's been a minute since we've done this, but I'm super excited and happy that we are back in action. All right. So listen, in this session, we're going to actually hear from Coach Deon Sanders. We're going to Coach Prime of Jackson State. We're going to take a deep dive into one of his interviews that he had, right? And it was posted on YouTube, and he made some comments about the high school transfer portal. And we're going to take a deep dive and find out exactly what it means and dissect everything that he actually said, because I really feel like a lot of this was overlooked, and the information that he was dropping was some huge gems. And I want to make sure that our audience is understanding, and I want to make sure that the young recruits are understanding what's actually happening. If you are new to my live session, or if you are new to my YouTube channel, or if you haven't been new and you haven't been sharing the information, but you're tuning in, make sure that you're spreading the word and help a brother out, and let's get some more subscribers, because listen, this message needs to go out and everybody needs to know, especially for those that have family members and friends that are thinking about playing at the next level. And so we want to make sure that we're sharing as much information possible, and hopefully they are able to take some information and glean from it and apply it to their own journey. Also, too, if you want to support the channel, the information is below. Show some love there, because a lot of information and a lot of work on the back end goes into creating content and also doing interviews with high quality candidates. So if you want to keep that going, and if you enjoy it, make sure that you show some love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's take a deep dive into it right now. Let's get Coach Prime up. There he is. All right, now let's listen in and let's see what he has to say.
Recruiting classes, and we bring in all these. Let me tell you something. The portal now, man, it's free agency.
Yeah. Notice the first thing that he said, and then you can actually tell in his response that he was a little troubled, and he just said, let's just cut the drive. Listen, the portal is now free agency. It is free agency. So what does that really mean, right? And you got to understand that this is a guy that played in the NFL, and now he's worked around coaches, and now he's actually coaching a really great program and getting a lot of recognition. The first thing that he said is that the portal is now free agency. So what does that really mean? So when you really think about a free agency, whether it be NBA or NFL or things like that, now you're actually talking about that these players are no longer obligated to another team or what have you, and that they are free, and they are free for grabs. And not only that, when you think of free agency, you're thinking of money. Well, what has happened is that the NIL has opened up a lot of recruiting doors. And what's happening is that when people are getting recruited, they're utilizing that as an attractive piece to get the attention of the recruit. Not only will you play here at this particular organization or this particular university, but there are also wonderful, huge NIL benefits. So this is what he means by free agency. It's a free-for-all. College coaches can just look into the portal and just grab whoever they want. It's a free-for-all. So it is now free agency. And that's how it works at the professional level, right? And once a player is going into free agency, they're up for grabs, and any college or any coach can make whatever pitch they want at this particular player to get them to become a part of their program. Let's listen in a little bit more to see what else he's saying.
I feel bad for high school kids, because we're only taking like 4 to 5 high school kids this year, and they're getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
The NCAA is going to have to come in and say, we got to increase the scholarship for high school kids, because why would you take this?
Now, he said another thing that he said is that he feels bad for the high school kids. He said they're only taking in like 4 to 5 high school kids, right? And these guys are getting the short end of the stick. Wow. That was huge, and that was actually loaded. And that was an eye-opener for high school kids and high school recruits. And why are you saying that? Well, because it did not used to be like that. The scholarships that they had were aiming towards, most of it, a large percentage of it was aiming towards the high school kids. But now that has shifted. Why? Because now we have a portal that's full of players, experienced college players, right? Not non-experienced college players or a high school kid who hasn't played a college game. We have a portal full of players that have already played at the college level. So instead of my scholarships going towards high school kids who may not be ready. 9 times out of 10, they may not be ready physically, and they may have to redshirt a little bit, right? So that they can be ready. I'm going to put my money and I'm going to put my scholarships towards athletes that can play, that have already played at the college level. Their bodies are already developed. Their mindset is already ready for college. They already made the college transition. That's where my money is going to go. So now it used to be first option of high school players. Now that has shifted. The first option is the college portal now. So now the high school players are getting the short end of the stick. He said that they're only taking in 4 to 5 high school players and they're getting the short end of the stick. Well, what did that mean? The short end of the stick. The short end of the stick statement indicated that everybody, those high school kids, those 4 to 5 high school kids that we're bringing in, they're not going to get a full scholarship. They're not going to get a full scholarship. There's a chance that they're not going to get a full scholarship. So they're going to get a partial scholarship. We'll give them some money, right? But they're not going to get the full thing. So they're going to get part of it, right? So that's basically what it's saying. That's what he meant by the short end of the stick. So now, don't get me wrong. I want to back up a little bit. There is a chance, and there's a high chance that a high school player can still get a full ride scholarship. But let me explain something to you, my young recruits. You have to be special. You got to be special. If you have, and what does special mean? If you have average stats, you can forget it, right? You can forget it, and you might as well get yourself ready to pay some sort of money for college, because you're not going to be able to get a full ride. Why? Because they have this huge portal of available talent of players that have already played at the college level. So in order for you to get a full ride, you have to have special stats. You got to be special, and you have to be able to stand out at the camps, and you got to do your thing. You got to blow the numbers out of the water when it comes for time for you to actually take your skill set to the field. No ifs and buts about it. No exceptions. You have to be special. I said that before in one of my videos on my channel. Go check it out when you get a chance. You have to be able to stand out to the point where you have put yourself in a position to not be ignored and to not be denied. So please remember that. In order for you to get an actual full ride scholarship, you got to understand that you have to be special, right? And you got to be special. If you got the size and everything like that, that's great. That's a good reason for a school to want to spend some money on you. But if not, and if you're a skilled player, you got to be special for them to take a chance on you to give you a full ride, because otherwise that money is going to the portal. Now, let me also explain this too, because I see a lot of offers that are going around on Twitter. There's a lot of offers that are going around on Twitter. And the first thing that comes to my mind is that are these offers committable? Because the only thing that you see is, I'm blessed to receive. 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 But are you blessed to receive a committable offer? Right? Any school can offer you. Please understand that and hear my heart. And parents, make sure that you're driving this home with your child. And high school coaches, make sure that you're driving it home too. Are the offers committable? Are they? Are the offers committable? Because colleges can offer whoever they want and let you know that they're interested, and at the same time be checking out that portal. And if something else comes through that portal that they want, guess what? You're going to the back burner, and then you become second option, and then now the portal becomes the first option. So are the offers committable? Kudos to those guys that are getting the real committable offers, right? Because that means that you are standing out, and the colleges, they want you because they still have money to be able to give away to high school players. They may not be all of the money that they used to have that will go towards high school, right? That may be a little condensed, but if they're going to take a chance on you, they're going to take a chance on a dog. They're going to take a chance on a player that can play and got a promising future and that will probably dominate the next level at some point. And another point that I want to make too, listen, I'm dropping them. Another point that I want to make too, this is going to really boil down to offers being distributed to high school players. It's really going to really boil down to what type of connects do your high school coach have? what type of connection and what type of relationship do your high school coach have, right? A lot of you guys have made decisions to go to these particular high schools, and some of these high schools are not even on the map yet, and you think with your skills that you're going to be able to put them on the map, right? Oh, and it's possible that that can happen, but you're taking a chance. So if I were you, I would go to a school where colleges are already attracted to the high school, where they've already developed a relationship with the high school coach. And if they have a relationship with the high school coach, then that means that that's a great chance for you. All you have to do is make sure that you stand out and not be average. And how do you know if the high school coach have those connections? Pay attention and do your homework on the high school. How many kids have gone to college from this particular program? Is the high school coach active on Twitter, right? What type of program do they have? Is it a winning program or no? Because people are attracted to wins. So these are some of the things. And if you want to know more about that, check out the video that I did about picking the right high school, because it really, really boils down to, and if I was high school coaches, I'll be really kind of excited. I know it's kind of bittersweet with the portal, but I'll be kind of excited too, because this is really going to boil down to what type of high school connections do high school coaches have to these colleges. And if they have great relationships, if they have connections with them, it will show. And it will make the high school more attractive. And you're not even supposed to be recruiting from a high school perspective, high school coaches. So that alone will recruit and attract players to your program. Why? Because everybody wants to win. So really going to boil down to those relationships. And young recruits, make sure that you're paying attention. And parents, make sure that you're not allowing your kids to just go to high schools or transfer, or don't be making decisions to send your child to high schools that are not even established. Some of you have already done that, and I told you not to, and you did it anyway. Don't do that, because you don't have time to waste. Once you go into high school, once your kid is in the 9th grade, that's when the clock can start ticking. And if you want to transfer, it's going to be very difficult to transfer. Pay attention. Now, let's hear what he says. Let's hear what he's finishing up with.
Chance when you already have a plethora of kids that's already been to college, made the adjustment, and you know what's wrong with them or you know what's right with them, and you rather go there instead of risk at a high school kid.
Yeah, 22-year-old versus an 18-year-old is a very big difference.
Very big difference.
Yeah.
And coaches are getting fired in a couple of years, so you're trying to get guys that ready to help you now.
So that's another great point, and I think that was his last point that he was making, but that's another great point that he was making. The reason why this is happening, right, and you can't be mad at the college coaches, even though now the players are doing exactly what the college coaches are doing, right, by jumping into the portal. Hey, if they are at a college and they like, okay, if it's not working out, guess what they're doing? Or if there's another opportunity somewhere else, they're jumping into the portal. That's what college coaches are doing, right? If there is a better opportunity for a position coach to possibly be a head coach or take another position, a coaching position at a more prestigious or top-ranked college, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go and take that opportunity, right? And on top of that, too, if the head coach and his staff are not producing, right? If they're not producing wins, guess what's going to happen to that coach, right? He's going to get fired, and they're going to bring in another coach. So that's why the NCAA and the colleges have shifted from high school, even though it's a harsh reality, right? They shifted from high school to now the transfer portal, because they're saying, I got to win. I got to win now, and this is my best opportunity to win versus investing into a high school player. Another takeaway is for the young recruits is, don't put all your eggs into one basket, and don't be so bummed out that you want to quit football if you don't get the offer that you want, right? I did an interview at one point with a coach, and he said, he said, I don't care what division it is. If it's D free, then it's free. Okay. whatever school that wants you, go where you're wanted, right? Go where you want it. Do your research and go where you want it. Go take a few visits and go where you want it, because it may not be what you think. It may be better than what you think and exceed your expectations. That happened with us, right? With our opportunity with Wayne State. Wayne State, we were like, Wayne State. But then when we went, it exceeded our expectations, and it still is. So check this out. Make sure that you do your proper research and don't be so bummed out where you want to give up. Go and check it out. And worst case scenario, get involved with that particular college. And especially if you're not getting any other offers, take the offer. And if you're special, like you believe that you are, or like your parents and coaches believe that you are, then go to that college, do your thing, have a wonderful season, right? And then, hey, jump into the portal and see what happens, right? And then maybe one of those colleges that are stalking the portal will see your talent and then now bring you on. And now you have, you're in the position that you always wanted. So if anything, the portal has put players in a better position so that their talent can be exposed. Because I'm going to tell you, colleges are definitely stalking that portal. Look at the numbers on the portal. There are a ton of players right now as we speak in the portal. So it's happening and the portal is jumping. So this is the information, guys, that I wanted to take time, and I appreciate the love to come on and share with y'all, because I believe that everybody needs to know about this, and especially young recruits. You may not have one yourself, but you may have a family or a friend or somebody that you can share this information with. Get it to them, because they need to know about recruiting. And those of you that are going through the process, make sure that you take heed and put some of this stuff into action to put your child in a better position to be successful. All right, I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. That's all I wanted to post, and that's all I wanted to come on and share with you guys. Listen, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't get any better than this, and I'm going to be posting some more information. I got some more videos that I'm going to be dropping. I'm going to be dropping a video about insurance. After your kid go to college, guess what? Injuries happen, right? And when they happen, they may need some sort of medical attention, right? And what happens is that they're going to use your insurance in conjunction with theirs. And if you're not careful, you can end up owing money. And so I'm going to share some best practices with you that you can put into play and start planning now. So once your kid make that transition, that you'll be all set and good to go. But you got to make sure that you stay tapped in with me, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. If you are new to the channel, make sure you definitely subscribe, because it's going down. If you want to know more about recruiting and what it's like on the inside, make sure that you stay tapped in with your boy. And I appreciate the love tonight. Deuces. There you have it, folks. Another great recruiting session in the books. Definitely there were some huge nuggets that were dropped, and hopefully you're walking away with something tangible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we post new information. And also, too, if you want to support the channel financially, be sure to send all donations to $SportsDad CEPH, and that's also on my YouTube platform as well. Make sure that you stay tapped in. And until next time, I'm out.